All right. Hey, truth seekers, how are you all doing? Wherever you're watching from, you are welcome to this episode of Inspiration and Truth. And I always like to say this might just be the inspiration you need to wrap up your week, have a beautiful weekend, and start up a new week. So you've got to pay attention to today's episode. How are you all doing? I hope you are having a great year already. I am. I'm having a great year already, and I hope everyone is having a great year. So if you're just joining in, if you come in, just drop a comment, drop this is it for me on the comment section and let me know that you are with me. You are on this journey, you are on this ride with me. So yeah, today a quick one. Now I wanted to share a story of something that happened over the weekend with us today. I think it was on Sunday. Something happened on Sunday and I haven't gotten over it. And I thought I should share it. People need to hear this. So we're coming back from church, and I was in the car. We were about 7 people in the car: me, my husband, our baby, um, Ada, Abidan, Sarima, and Esther. Now, someone was supposed to come over. A sister was supposed to come over to Ada's place and spend the night at her place, but then the arrangement wasn't sorted out, and Ada didn't know. So we're in the car, and she got the call like, Ada, you left me. You left church. You didn't call me. And she was like, "Oh, was it today? You're coming to my place? I didn't know." I wish I had Ada here to tell the story herself, and I would just support. But then I'm here doing it myself. So she said she didn't know, and honestly, she didn't know because from what she said, there were no proper plans to the visitation, no proper arrangement. And so she was like, she was feeling all bad and, oh, she didn't know. And then Esther began to tell her, but you knew. In a very soft, gentle voice, she began to say, but you knew. You just didn't want her to come around. You're horrible. You're a horrible person. And I was like, it's true. I'm horrible. I'm so bad. And then the sister, I think it was Glory, she called again. And I was like, I'm sorry. And Esther repeated, you're horrible. I said, yes, I'm horrible. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, long and short of the story is that Esther kept giving her those, soft, negative vibes and telling her how horrible she is, how badly she had acted, and Ada, in a bid to, appease and actually make everybody understand that she's not so horrible, began to accept everything Esther was saying and, was trying to explain herself away until Sarima spoke up and said, Ada, you're even answering her. She's talking and you're answering her. And I was like, but it's true. But it's true. Why am I even answering you? And then I began to laugh because it was just so practical what happened. And isn't it just what happens to most of us on a daily basis? It happens to me, it happens to all of us that, the devil takes us on that guilt condemnation journey, guilt condemnation ride, and then we give in without paying mind. We give in forgetting who we are, forgetting what we know, forgetting whose we are. We just in a bid to explain ourselves away to him, and he begins to accuse us. You're horrible, and we repeat after him, yes, I'm horrible. You're this, until the Holy Spirit in the story, who happened to be in the form of Sarima that day, spoke up and said, hey, you don't have to explain yourself to this person. You're not horrible. You don't have to. You don't have to indulge her in this guilt ride she's taking you on. You don't have to. That's what the Holy Spirit always does. The Holy Spirit reminds us of who we are and how we should respond to the enemy. I think at a point that said, the Lord rebuke you. It was so funny. But that got me thinking how typical it is that the devil just has a way of, getting access into our minds, into our thoughts because of probably one mistake or the other, or even information around us. So my question is, what information are you receiving into your life? What information are you accepting? Are you assimilating? Are you taking in? I always say this, we happen to live in a social media generation where there's a lot of information out there, and you see young people mindlessly paying attention to those information and taking everything hook, line and sinker. Listen. If you're someone who maybe the way the devil, the enemy has access into your life is through social media, because you've given yourself over to social media. Whatever you see on social media, you take, you participate in, and all of that, then there's problem. There's trouble. See, social media, as we generally know it, apart from this one I'm doing, because this one I'm doing is different. It's social media, but it's a different social media. I'm just using the social media platform to pass truth. Social media, as we know it, is void of truth. It is void of truth. And you cannot live your life based on that, based on the information, which mostly is negative on social media. I see a lot of things, I see a lot of happenings on social media, and I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? What's going on really? What's happening? And people are being swallowed up by such information, by such negativity, and you find yourself reflecting, you find yourself and your life reflecting what you have seen on social media. See, if you're like that, you need spiritual shake up so that you can have a mental wake up. Oh, spiritual shake up so you can have a mental wake up. So you can wake up. Do you understand? We need to look at I think the first episode of This Is It earlier this year. You can go back and check it out. I said something. We need to live our life by revelation, and that revelation must be from truth. Truth should be our revelation. Truth should be what informs us. What informs us. And this is where I'm just going to wrap it up, because it's a quick one. This is where I'm wrapping it up. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. He's the way. And we have a common saying in our country, Nigeria: follow who no road, he gets why. That's why I titled this video, Follow Who No Road, Get Why. Jesus is the way. Jesus knows road. Follow him. He's the truth. He's the only truth I talk about in this podcast. He's the only truth. So follow him. Follow who no road. Right now, in this world, in this generation we are living in, and always, God knows the way. He knows the beginning from the end and the end from the beginning. And you cannot afford to live your life without him or void of him. It's going to be a struggle and it's going to be frustrating. Follow who no road, you get why. God no road. Follow who no road, you get why. So this is what I just want to drop for us today. If you watch this episode, type in the comments, this is it, and type that you are following God this year, you are following truth this year, you are allowing truth direct your path this year. And let it just let it just sink in. Maybe it should be a mantra for you this week. Follow who no road. God no road. He's the way. He get why. Follow him. He no road. He get why. This is where I'm going to drop it, people, truth seekers. Keep seeking truth. That's all that matters. And until next time, this is it. This is it. Inspiration and truth. Stay inspired and stay true to truth. Salah.